And we are live. We are live. Good evening, good afternoon to everybody. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Hope everybody had a great New Year. It is 2025. I'm excited about 2025. I'm excited about being here. I'm excited about all the new opportunities we have for this year. And that's how we're going to get started today. Everything's going to be based off of making sure that we optimize our time this year. Make sure we hit those business goals, making sure that we're prioritizing everything that we need to do for our businesses so we can take our business to the next level. So today, our topic is mastering your day using the Achieve More Playbook for scheduling success. Hey, Luana, how you doing? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Thank you for tapping in with us. Hey, the Fiction Junction. I like that name. That's cool. That's cool. Everybody say hi. We're going to give it a couple minutes, let people tap in, let people get into the live. Happy New Year to everybody. It's 2025. It's good to see y'all. I'm glad everybody is here. Hey, Yvette, how you doing? Angela, good evening. It's 9 p.m. where I'm at, so y'all are gonna be my energy today. I got my Red Bull in my hand. Y'all are gonna be my energy, so make sure you commenting. Make sure you putting stuff in that comment section for me. I'm definitely gonna shout you guys out and say a couple things as well. So even if you got questions while we're going, make sure you throw those questions in. This is gonna be very collaborative. It's gonna be basically piggybacking on what we talked about last time. So that's basically what we're doing today. But we're going more in depth with this one. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this going real fast. I'm going to give it 1 more minute, and then we're going to get some more people in, make sure everybody got a chance to get in. What did everybody do for your New Year's? Put it in the chat. What did you do for your New Year's? For me, I stayed in the house. I watched a good movie. Heard some fireworks go off, and I was in the bed. It was over with. That's all I got. So if you did something cool for the new year, put it in the comment section. Let me live through you for a second because I did absolutely nothing, and it felt great. It actually felt great. Awesome. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. All right. I'm sorry. All right. So let's get started. Like I said, today is going to be Master Your Day. We're going to be doing the Achieve More Playbook for scheduling success. So let's go ahead and get started. And Kibby, you said sleep. That's what I did too. Hey, I'm telling you, I watched a good movie. Had me a little wine, vino. I watched the I made some food. I watched the college football playoffs. Watched the movie. Saw the fireworks from my balcony. Nah, I packed it in. That was it. That's all I had. I brought in the new year. But I'm excited about the new year mainly because, like I said, we are going to be optimizing our time. We're going to be mastering our schedules. And we're going to make sure we hit those goals in 2025. I want to see everybody's business go to the next level. That is the whole purpose of having a business. You want to make sure, it's not just a hobby. Some people, it may be a hobby, but for those that want to take it to the next level, this is how we're going to do it. We want to master our schedule. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey, Tabby Watkins, how you doing? So today, we're going to take control of your time and we're going to maximize productivity. So like I said, we want to master our day. We want to master our schedule. And we want to basically optimize the time that we have while we're doing all these other things. I know most people may not, this may not be like your main business that you do. You may have a 9 to 5. I'm currently working on my 9 to 5 right now. And working on getting to that point. So you may have that. You have kids, they have their own schedule. You have family, you have, hobbies, things that you do, all those other things that come into play when you're trying to run your business. So this is how we're going to master our day. Shanice, yes, we definitely need this. I needed it. So when I found it, I was like, hey, I'm going to give what I do to master my day and to get my business to the next level. I'm going to give it to you guys. All right. So the introduction. Effective time management is crucial for success in business. By mastering your day, you can identify key priorities and allocate time efficiently to achieve your goals. So the main purpose of this is you want to be allocating your time. Basically, that means you want to be time blocking. You want to make sure that each part of your day is scheduled out. Now, I know that may seem scary because we all have different things that come into play. But hold on, let me make sure this is bigger for y'all. We all have different things that may come into play. Emergencies, like I said, your children have their own life. They have a schedule. You may have things that go on throughout the day, but basically, we all have things. We all have a consistent schedule that we normally go through daily. So these are the things that we want to automate, and these are the things that we want to allocate our time to make sure that we're mastering that part of our day. So let's go to the next part. So the central message of this, what we're trying to talk about, is taking control of the time, and that's how we're going to achieve the success that we have for our business goals. So the message is we're emphasizing the importance of intentionally scheduling to drive productivity and focus. So we want to make sure that we're intentional about our schedule, and that we're intentional about where we're focusing our time on and what goals we're focusing those on. So the last time we talked, a lot of the principles that I talk about are based off of 40X. So what that means is the 4 disciplines of execution. So if anybody that's in here, anybody was on the last live, tell me what you got from the last live. If anybody in here was on the last live, and that was how to get 30 more hours in your business a month. Put it in the chat if you were in that last live. But basically, what we talked about is the 40X plan. So the first thing was identifying what your whirlwind is. So, and this is what I mean by we all have things that we got to do. So like I said, the 9 to 5, the kids have their own schedules. Everything that you do on a daily basis every day, that's considered your whirlwind. So we want to take that out of what your business is doing. We want to take that we want to take that time. We want to put a block on that time. And then we want to set aside a chunk of time every day, just mainly for your business. So I'm going to go over the overview of the 40X principles just so you can get an idea of what they mean. So the 40X principles provide a framework for effective time management. So the first thing that you would do is identify your whirlwind. The second thing you would do, you would use time blocking. The third step would be to dedicate focus work time to your wig. Now, we laughed about this last time, but it's not the beautiful wigs that my ladies put on. You guys look beautiful in them, but that's not the ones we're talking about. We're talking about wildly important goals. So this is anything in your business that you consider wildly important. This is what you consider is going to be taking your business to the next level. And that means specific goals. That doesn't mean, hey, I got an email today that I gotta get sent out, or I gotta make this customer's product or package this customer's product together today. No, that's not what we mean. We mean the goal that's going to take your business directly to the next level. And then we're implementing these principles, and it leads to improved focus and greater achievement. So that's the overview of the 4 principles of 40X. Awesome. Any questions so far? If I'm moving too fast, people, please tell me. Like I said, I did have a Red Bull, so they do give you wings. I might be moving a little fast, but just let me know if I'm moving too fast. Let me know if you have any questions as well. Yes, this will be available for replay. So it's recording right now. It's live, but it's also recorded, so it'll be available for replay as well. Hey, we have a visitor. Jazz is in the building. All right, great. So no questions yet. That's great. All right, let's move on to the next part. Next part. All right, so like I said, we're going to be understanding what our whirlwind is. So like I said, the whirlwind is everything that you do on a daily basis. That's everything. So for me, I'll give you an example before I go into the definition of the whirlwind. Wake up in the morning, get my son ready for school. We're about to start that now because they're getting back to school, thank God. I know they've been at home and video games and all that stuff going on, but get him ready for school, do my morning routine, get all my emails and stuff out the way, work with my client work, work on different things within the business to make sure that the business is staying up to date. Work on different tasks that I have that go towards my client work. These are all whirlwind items. These aren't things that are specifically going to make my business go up or make or give me more time. These are things that I'm going to do every day regardless. So I'm considering that my whirlwind. All right. So let's go into the definition of the whirlwind. So the definition of the whirlwind consists of urgent day-to-day tasks that consume energy and time, often hindering progress on long-term objectives. Acknowledging the whirlwind is essential as it highlights the distraction from the priorities that truly matter. So, like I said in the last live, I want everybody to make sure that they bring paper and pencil to this because I want you to write down what your whirlwind is. Like in this moment right now, you could be thinking about what you do every day that's considered your whirlwind. And that's day-to-day tasks. And it may be urgent and it may not be urgent. I know for me, every day I wake up in the morning, like I said, I do all those things, but I also go get me a coffee. I go to Dunkin'. I'm one of those guys. I go get me a nice coffee. I enjoy that little time I have in my car. Go get a coffee and drive back. I listen to some music or I listen to a podcast, something to get my mind right. That's a part of my whirlwind though. So, I mean, it may be urgent. It may not be. But it's something that's consuming your day-to-day energy and time and hindering progress. One thing I want people, if you're online now, I want you in the chat, give me one whirlwind task that you would consider a whirlwind. Somebody, like I said, y'all are my energy today. It's 9 p.m. where I'm at, so I need some energy. So I need one whirlwind task, one thing that you consider a whirlwind. Put it in the comment section for me. Jazz, you want to give me a whirlwind that you got, Jazz, if you can hear me. Open and pause. Hold on 1 second. I know y'all got one whirlwind for me. Tell me one thing that you think is a whirlwind. I'll go over the definition one more time. So the whirlwind consists of urgent day-to-day tasks that consume energy and time, often hindering progress on long-term objectives. So acknowledging the whirlwind is essential as it highlights the distraction from the priorities that truly matter. So Vivian, working out in the morning. Nakivia said cooking. So Nakivia said cooking. That's a good one. That's definitely. Sometimes I have to cook for my son, so that's a whirlwind as well. Vivian said working out in the morning. That's really good. Vivian, I need to get on your schedule. I need to start working out in the morning again. I wait too late to work out, so that's a good one. Anybody else got any more whirlwinds that they would consider day-to-day tasks, urgent day-to-day tasks? But those are two good ones. So y'all have it in your mind of what that whirlwind is. And when we get to this next part, we're going to be blocking off time for those specifically to make sure that we know those are the times that we do these specific things. And then we move forward and we allocate time towards our business. And that's going to be our focus work. So we'll get there. Hold on. Household chores. That's a good one. That's a good one, Shanice. Household chores. I'm not even going to lie. That's the one that gets me the most because I'm a neat freak. So if I'm at home and I'm trying to work and I see that I got to wash some clothes, like I'll immediately out of nowhere just start washing the clothes. Or if I see some dishes in the sink, I immediately go get those done. So I kind of hate working from home sometimes for that reason right there. It's because if I see something that needs to go on in the house while I'm here, then that's going to take up my mind at that time. Yes, same way, Shanice. We are exactly the same. So sometimes going in the office is cool. Sometimes I'm cool going in the office. All right. So let's go into the next part. So we're gonna talk about Alex. This is a hypothetical situation, hypothetical story of Alex. He's a business owner. He starts the day with plans to focus on marketing campaign, but quickly gets entangled in emails, vendor issues, and unexpected client calls. So this common scenario, this illustrates how, without addressing the whirlwind, important goals are left unachieved and leading to a reactive workday. So, like I said, Oh, look, there go Jazz, Black Sunflower. So like I said, I mean, does this sound familiar? Like this, does this sound like you wake up in the morning, I want to get this marketing campaign done today. Like I want to get this content out that I've been planning on scheduling for this new product launch that I have. But in the midst of it, you start answering emails, or you start packing orders, or you start um, doing whatever, doing a household chore. You start washing clothes or folding clothes. These are the things that take you away from actually doing the most important goal that you have to do, in which we consider the whirlwind. So we want to make sure that we blocking off that time, that whirlwind time in our schedule. Excuse me. So reflect on your daily routine. How frequently do urgent tasks disrupt your schedule? Consider what influence this has on your capacity to meet your significant ambitions and where you could regain control. Now, I don't know about y'all. For me, once I start these tasks, like, there's physical energy and there's also mental energy. So once you start some of these tasks and once you do all these other things, you're also expending some of your mental energy as well. So if you're expending some of your mental energy and your physical energy, how much energy do you really have to go towards your wildly important goal? How much energy do you really have to commit to building your business? You don't. I mean, that's unfortunate. And that's why, you know, a lot of entrepreneurs, they don't get as far as they need to because they don't have the energy. It's not that they don't want to do it or they don't have the talent or the product or the idea or any of that. They just honestly don't have the bandwidth. Like, you stretch yourself so thin. So that's what the whole purpose of today is for. We want to master our day so we don't stretch ourselves so thin, and we don't look at what we're trying to do as so big. So at some point in time, we're going to chop it down. Like, during this presentation, we're going to chop down what we're trying to do so that it's not so big of a thing that we're trying to get to, and we can see the end of the tunnel. So we're going to take it step by step. All right. Let's get to the next step. Does this sound like anybody else, though? Does Alex's story sound familiar? So Shanice said, I struggled so much with this today. Started out making content, then ended up cleaning up the house, and then returned to working on content, ended up starting an entirely new project. Shanice, you are like all of us. You are not alone. Trust me. You are not alone. Like, not at all. And it doesn't make you a bad business owner or make you a bad person. It just, I mean, that's natural. That's something natural. So what we're trying to do now is we're trying to take that energy you have and structure it. Make sure that you get to a place where you have allotted time slots to do these things, so you don't go into a whole new project afterwards. So that's what we're trying to get to today. Let's go to the next page. And give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. All right. I apologize for that brief intermission. Awesome. Cool. So, like I said, we want to identify your whirlwind tasks. So at this point, like I said, I hope you have a pencil, paper, anything you have to write down. Engage with this. We want to pinpoint your personal whirlwind tasks that divert your attention from your main objectives. So we want to record specific distractions that allow to clear strategies to regain focus and prioritize effectively. So everybody, if you got a pen and paper right now, I want you to go ahead and write down your whirlwind tasks. Everything. That means if you can think of it right now, that means you do it every day. So I know for sure when I wake up, brush my teeth, pray, meditate, read, I can go through it all. I can go through it every single bit. Get my son ready for school, get him out the door. Like that's how deeply I want you to break it down. I want you to break down every single task that you do all the way up until your lunch period. Once lunch hits, then we do the second part of the breakdown all the way up until you're in the end of your whirlwind for that day. So Definitely want to write this down, because once you see it, then you'll see, okay, some people may be done around 3 p.m. most of their day. Some people may be done around 4 p.m., 6 p.m. But you'll see exactly when that time ends where you got this slot of free time. But most people don't think they have time because they've never actually written it down. They've never actually seen it for themselves. Jazz said, I need to add I need to add workout, but it keeps getting lost. Yeah, it get lost for me. I'm not gonna lie. I can't. I think the best way for me to add working out to my schedule would be to do it early in the morning. I want to be like those 5 a.m.ers. I really don't truly understand them just yet. Those 5 a.m. people, I I don't truly understand it. But there's been times where I've mistakenly woken up at 5 a.m. somehow, and I've been so productive. Like, I'll get through half of my day, and then I'll look up and like, oh man, like I got the whole rest of the day. But I'm a night owl, so that kind of hurts, you know, me being able to do that. But probably working out in the morning is gonna be the best bet, because if I work out during the day or in the afternoon, like I don't know how to not work out hard. Like, I always expend a lot of energy doing it, so it always takes a lot out of me, and I come home and I don't want to do anything else. But I try. But yes, just like who said they worked out? Vivian. We're gonna get on Vivian's time in 2025. I'm gonna claim it now. So I gave y'all a little bit of time. I hope you were writing down what your whirlwind tasks are, and like I said, I want you to go as detailed as possible. So that means, I woke up, I brushed my teeth, I, you know, ate a bagel, I got my coffee, like time block all that stuff. I do all these things. These are my whirlwind tasks that I do, because that's essentially what you do every day. So that's your whirlwind. All right. So the next part, we're going to be time blocking. Structure your day for success. So I think I have hold on. I have one of my, it's somewhere over here, but I have one of my books that before I even learned about this method, I had it somewhere. I'll find it in a second. But before I even learned about this method or understanding how to time block, I used to do it myself. I used to write it down, pen and paper, 8:30 to 7, or I mean 8:30 to 9:30, 9:30 to 10:30, and keep breaking it down every time. So I used to time block before I even thought about this, because I realized that if I time block mentally in my mind, I would know I have a stopping point to doing what I'm doing. Like, whatever that may be. If that's something for my 9 to 5, if I had to get a task done, it's like, I don't know if anybody else is like this, and tell me in the comments. If I know I got a whole day to do something, for some reason I'm gonna take that whole day to do it. But if I know I got a designated hour to get this done, I'm gonna get it done in an hour. And it's a crazy thing, but it's a mental thing. So I would basically time block just to set a mental expectation in my mind, to know that I got this allotted amount of time to get this done, so I can get it done and get it out the way and move on to the next thing. So, like I said, time blocking is something that's essential in what you're going to do for your business and being able to get to the next level. So let's go to the definition of time blocking. Time blocking is a scheduling method where the day is divided into periods dedicated to specific tasks or activities. Each block is assigned a priority task, eliminating distractions to enhance focus and productivity. So I want us to really focus on this part. Each block is assigned a priority task, eliminating distractions to enhance focus and productivity. So like I said, if you if you know, like, I'm telling you, for me, even and this goes back to school. Like, this goes back to when I was in school. Like, the teacher would tell us, yo, this project is due in a month from now. I'm like, all right, we got a month to do it. I'm not going home and I'm working on it today. Best believe that weekend before it's done, I'm in there going crazy. And it's probably my best work ever. But if she would have told me it's due tomorrow, I would have put a lot more, my thought process. If she would have told us it's due next week, we'd have had that same amount of work done in that week. She said it's not getting done if I have all day. Jazz, it's getting done. I know you. It's getting done. But yeah, but most of this is really, if you think about it, most of this is mental. We're prepping your mind, and time blocking is a big part of that. Because like I said, we want to focus on that part where it says each block is assigned a priority task. So it eliminates the distraction of, all right, if I know I only got an hour to do this, I don't want anybody distracting me because I only got an hour to do this. I don't want anything that's going to distract me from figuring out how I can get this task done. Because once this hour is up, I'm on to the next project, not the next project, but the next task. So it enhances focus, and it lends more to your productivity of what you're going to do. Chaos versus control. So a cluttered, unstructured schedule leads to chaos where urgent tasks dominate. In contrast, a well-organized time block schedule provides clarity and control, allowing focus on what truly matters. So let's say you wake up, you don't know what you're going to do today. You don't have any real plan of what you're going to do today, and you're just basically winging it. That can lend to chaos because anything can sway you in any direction. You already know that you got to do your job. You got your 9 to 5, or you already know that you got certain things that you got to do throughout the day. So anything can cause chaos in your daily schedule. So the alternative to that is if the night before, if you've written down, hey, from 8:30 to 10:30, this is what I'm going to be doing. From 10:30 to 12:30, this is what I'm going to be doing. From 12:30 to 1, I'm going to go ahead and break for lunch. From 1 to 2, I'm going to work on this thing. From 2 to 3, I'm going to work on this. And then from 3 to 5, I'm working on my business. Think about how much relief your mind is going to be in when you wake up and you already have a plan for the day, as opposed to, I wake up, I really hope I can get to that marketing campaign today. I really hope I can. But out of the blue, you get an email saying, oh, we really want to talk to you about this. And you're like, okay, well, now your whole mind is diverted towards that. And after that point, you probably can't take your mind off of it. So you can't even go to the marketing. You can't even start fresh with the marketing campaign at this point. But if you have the structure and the control of a time block schedule, once you get to, you know that you got 8:30 to 10:30 to work on your emails. So you can get all that done within that 8:30 to 10:30 time. And you can have that phone call, or you can let them know, hey, I'm only available for this task from 8:30 to 10:30. Can you fit that in your time in your schedule? If not, we gotta book it for another day, or whatever the case. Because you're trying to get the 3 to 5 to work on your wildly important goal. This is the power of the control that you can have over your schedule just by simply time blocking, just by understanding where your whirlwind is, where your tasks need to be time blocked within that schedule, and then getting to the time that you need to focus directly on that specific goal. So that's the difference between chaos and control. And if Jazz is still on here, she'll tell you before her schedule used to look completely different. Her schedule used to be all over the place. It used to be, I got 3 meetings at 2, then I got 3 meetings from 2, and then I got 1 at 5, and I got 1 at 9 a.m., and then I got to do all this. And then once she started time blocking and, kind of basically taking control of her own schedule and telling people, hey, this is the time. Even for me, I'm not even, out of the way of, like, I'm not even special when it comes to where that time is set. When we have our meetings, I'm within the time block. If I want to talk to her during the day, she'll tell me, hey, I got this time. And I adhere to that because I respect her time and I respect what she got going. We can go ahead and she said, this is gold and it has changed her life. And I gratefully appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next part. So like I said, an example of a time block day. This is just a small example. So 8 to 8:30 for morning planning, 8:30 to 10:30 for focus work on projects, 10:30 to 11 a.m. for emails. Like, this method prioritizes time for each task, ensuring productivity. So like I said, once you time block something, you have an essential time to complete these tasks. If you know that you have this time limit, this time frame to get this task done, then you're going to get it done in that time frame. But if you feel like you got the whole 24 hours, or if you entering into the day just wide open, what's the odds that you're going to get that done? What's the odds that something won't distract you that you normally do every day? That's basically what we're trying to eliminate right now. All right. So Protecting time blocks. So here's a tip. So to maintain the integrity of time blocks, set boundaries by informing colleagues of focus times. And like I said, I gave you the example of Jazz and me. Like I even have to adhere to her time block schedule. So whenever she has time for those calls, that's when I get my time to speak with her. So use buffer periods for unexpected tasks, limit distractions, and treat time blocks as crucial appointments. And to be honest, they are crucial appointments. They're not something that's fly by night. They're not something that's not important. Your business is important. So basically, when it says crucial appointments, how important is your business to you? So for me, my business is very important. So I legitimately set 2-hour time blocks throughout my day to work on tasks that lend towards me making money through my business. If it has nothing to do with me achieving a task that's pushing me towards making money, I'm not doing it. And all of them are towards my wildly important goal. And we're going to talk about that next. Is how to make sure your time blocks or the time blocks that you set for your business align with your wildly important goal. Excuse me. So when I time block and when I give my when I time block for my actual business, every task that I do is a task that is in the queue for my wildly important goal, and I just knock them out during that time. And then at the end of the month, I'm looking back like, man, like look at where my business is now as opposed to when I started this. When I started, it seemed like such a big task to get this on my website or get this project going or get this marketing campaign or get all this. It seemed like such a big task, but I've broken it down so much. And every day I work on tasks that's in the queue that by the end of the month, I've already passed that part of it. I've done that project and I'm on to the next project within the same time frame. So this is what I mean by treat blocks as crucial appointments, because they're crucial to your business and your business should be crucial to you. And before I go to the next part, which is design your ideal day, does anybody have any questions? Am I moving too fast? Let me know. If you have any questions, anything, any comments, anything that you want to add to the discussion, please, by all means. I hope this is helping everybody. I hope you're getting a sense of the importance of this and how this can affect you. I want to see if this is making your mind, think a little bit differently about your day and how you're actually constructing your day. Because we want to make sure that we understand, like, your business is going to take time. I know a lot of people on the internet, you see a lot of people on the internet, you think it's overnight, but most of them, if not all of them, it took them a long time to get here. Like, I've been an entrepreneur officially. I've been an entrepreneur since I was a kid. So I had the candy business. I had the lawnmower business. I was doing the lawn. I had a t-shirt business. I had a candy business in 7th grade. I had all that. So I've been an entrepreneur all my life, but officially with an organized business and the number and all that stuff for 5 years now. And I've had ebbs and flows with it. I would say I just got out of a low, so I'm trending up right now, but that's the nature of being an entrepreneur. So it's going to take time. So everything that you're thinking about doing is not going to be just overnight. And things like this can be the crucial turning point in your business. How do you design your day to get your business off the ground? Do you prioritize things in your day? Do you prioritize tasks that lend towards your business? Because your business needs your undivided attention and it needs your 100% maximum effort. If you're giving 50, you're going to see 50% results for sure. All right, so we're going to move on to the next part. So that's design your ideal day. So we want to engage in an interactive activity by designing your ideal day. So I want you to identify 2 focused time blocks for tomorrow and assign tasks aligned with your wildly important goals to these. So if everybody remembers what your wildly important goal is, I want you to identify 2 time blocks for tomorrow. So this is how active we're going to be. So we've already written down our whirlwind. At this point, you should have written down everything that's in your whirlwind. That means you should have written down everything that you've done, everything that you do consistently every day. And at that point in time, you know a point in time, or at least 2 points in time, whether it's 30 minutes, whether it could be 20 minutes, it could be an hour, it could be 2 hours. It could be an hour in the middle and then an hour in the afternoon. Wherever that is, I want you to identify 2 focus time blocks in your day. I want you to write down those times. And that can be within your whirlwind. So if you time blocked your whirlwind, if you see, okay, I got this little hour here, I got this little 30 minutes here, I got this little 20 minutes here. There's a lot you can do in 20 minutes. Like my goal last year was to and I mean for the avid book readers, for the readers who read 10 books a year, I ain't talking to y'all. my goal was read 4 books last year, and I did it by allotting 20 minutes every day. And this is all just a week. But they were pretty thick books. They weren't small books. All of them weren't small books, but you can get a lot done in 20 minutes. I don't care how much time it is. I want you to identify 2 focus time blocks for tomorrow, and then assign tasks that align with your wildly important goal. And if you have a question about what your wildly important goal, like I said, we talked about that in the last webinar. If you got a chance to see it, if you didn't, it's available for replay as well. But if you don't know what a wildly important goal is, just ask in the comments and I'll explain that. But I'm going to go ahead and assume that everybody understands what the wildly important goal is. All right, so now that you have that written down, let's go into the next part. So focus work time, elevating productivity. Focus is the most important thing here. Focus is the most important thing here. Like I said, your business needs 100% of your effort. It needs 100% of it needs maximum effort. Now, whether you have the motivation, you might not have it that day. Whether you have the energy, you might not have it that day. But it needs 100% maximum effort, whatever that 100% may be. And in that time, you have to focus. That's the only way that you're going to elevate your productivity. So we're going to talk about focused work time and how that elevates productivity. So the definition of focused work time. Focused work time is uninterrupted, high energy periods dedicated to addressing your most critical tasks. By eliminating distractions, individuals can enhance their effectiveness and accomplish substantial progress towards their goal. So it says focused work time is uninterrupted, high energy periods dedicated to addressing your most critical tasks. So that's what I really want us to focus on is high energy periods dedicated to addressing your most critical tasks. So it didn't say regular tasks. It didn't say, oh, I want to send this email out. Oh, I want to pack this order. Now, I'm not saying those aren't important tasks to do in your business, because you have customers. If you already have customers, you got to ship out orders and stuff like that. That's important. But we're talking about tasks that's going to take your business to the next level. If you already have customers, you want to gain new customers, what are the tasks? And if that's your wildly important goal, like, hey, I want to get 500 more customers by if I want to get 500 more customers by Q2, or I want to get 500 more leads by Q2. What is your task that you're going to do to get to those 500 new leads? Those are the critical tasks that we're talking about. And it's not just packing the order for that customer, but like packing the order for the customers that you already have. It's the activity that you're putting outside of just that regular activity that's going to get you there. So, like I said, the focus of work time is uninterrupted, high energy periods dedicated to addressing your most critical tasks. And these most critical tasks are the tasks that we have pointed out, that we have already seen is going to take our business to the next level. We know that if we put this activity in on these tasks, it's going to take our business to the next level. Those are the critical tasks that we're talking about. And so aligning with WIGs. So we want to align them with our wildly important goals. So this focused work time should primarily be reserved for tasks aligned with your wildly important goals, WIGs. Prioritizing these tasks ensures that your energy and time contribute effectively to your key objectives, driving significant outcomes. So at the beginning of the last webinar, we talked about a metaphor, and the metaphor was, how do you eat an elephant? I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that metaphor before, but the saying goes, one bite at a time. So the way we align our focused work time with our wigs is once we find out what our wildly important goal is, and hypothetically, we're going to say, hey, I want to get 500 new leads by Q2. And what that's going to take for me is for me to make 3 pieces of content per week and 3 pieces of content per week and reach out to 5 clients, reach out to 5 prospective clients per week. If those are, if I have to do those 8 tasks, that's what in my focus time, that's all I'm doing for that week. Either I'm creating content in that focus time because I need to create 3 pieces of content every week, or I'm prospecting new leads to reach out to prospective clients in that focus time. And I need to get those tasks done every week. Those 8 tasks, 3 pieces of content, and reach out to 5 new prospects every week. If that's what I have shown as is the thing that's going to take me to the next level, then those are the only things that I'm focused on in that time period. So that's how we're aligning our focus time and aligning our wigs with our focus work, which would drive the significant outcome. All right, let's go to the next. So daily task selection framework. So we want to start by identifying your wig and breaking it down into actionable steps. So this is what I mean by how do you eat an elephant? You can't eat an elephant in one bite. You got to break it down. So it got to be one bite at a time. So you want to prioritize tasks based on their impact, plan them the night before, and designate focus blocks to tackle these essential tasks with intensity. So, like I said, you want to make sure that you have actionable steps that's going to get you to that wildly important goal. So that means every step, break it all the way down. So if you're writing on your piece of paper, you have so right now, if everybody has written something down, you should have your whirlwind, everything that you do throughout the day. You should have your 2 focus time blocks that you know that you're going to get focused work on. Then right next to it, you should have what your wildly important goal is. And then you should have a list of actionable steps. And then every day, you put one of those actionable steps into that focus work every day. And you just rinse and repeat every time. So I'll read that again. Daily task selection framework. So you start by identifying your wig and break it down into actionable steps. Prioritize the tasks based on their impact, plan them the night before, and designate specific focus blocks to tackle these essential tasks with intensity. So Luana had a great question. Is this if you are working your business full time? Yes, this is for people who are working their business full time as well. Like if you're an entrepreneur, you're a full time entrepreneur. The stuff that you do every day is not just that's not the only thing that's going to get your business to the next level. You have to work outside of your business. This is working outside of your business. So look at the things that you do every day for your business. Actually, this works this works just as well for people who work in their business full time and people who have 9 to 5s. It may be easier for people to have 9 to 5s because they have a big chunk of time that's already allotted. They know 9 to 5, I'm going to be here. But for entrepreneurs that's working full time in their business, it may be a little bit more difficult. But if you do the work and actually see, hey, I do this every day. From this point to this point, I do this every day. From this point to this point. And we have those things that we do. And then you'll be able to find within your schedule little slots of time. Like I said, whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, I would prefer an hour because you can get a lot done in an hour. I do an hour. So I either do an hour or 2 hours based on, so I have 3 wigs. So, but I've taken one of my wig and I added it to my whirlwind because it's a class that I'm taking. So it was easier just to add that to my whirlwind because it only took an hour for me to take the class every day. And then I have 2 other ones. So I do 2 focus blocks of 1 hour for wig 2 and wig 3. And then I have wig 1 that's a part of my whirlwind. So, and I work in my business full time too as well, Luana. So, like I said, it takes a little bit more work with entrepreneurs because we don't have a big chunk of time that's already allotted for something like people that have a 9 to 5 right now. Like I said, they have 9 to 5 already scheduled out. But if you sit down, take the time and see what you actually do every day, and then even if you don't do the same thing every day, that's also fine. You know that between this time and this time, like let's say between 9 to 12, like this is my office hours. So that's what I consider it for me. I consider it office hours where I do tasks that I work within my business. So that's my office hours, and then I have a focus time block after that, and then I have lunch, and then I have office hours again. So that's where I take meetings and do all this other stuff, and then I have a focus block after that. So if you don't do the same thing every day, that's perfectly fine, but you can categorize that block of time as something specific. I just call mine office hours. So you can call it whatever you want to call it. But just take the time out to see what you do every day. And like I said, if you don't do the same thing every day, just block out a certain amount of time that you want to get the tasks that you work within your business done by, so that you can find that focused time work for yourself. I hope I answered your question. If you have any more questions, that was a great question, by the way, Lawana. All right, so identify one wig aligned task. So this is another activity. Like I said, I want everybody, every webinar that you come to with me, I want you to have pen and paper. We're all going to be working together, and we're going to be working on this together. So during this activity, I want you to pinpoint one key task that aligns with your wig for focus during your next work block. This exercise reinforces the practice of integrating targeted tasks into your schedule, fostering accountability and progress. So we actually already talked about this. You should already have a list of tasks under your wildly important goal. So I'll say it again. You should have your whirlwind, which breaks down everything that you're doing on a daily basis. And then you should have your focus time blocks within that whirlwind, within those whirlwinds, whatever time that you have, 2 time blocks that you have put within that whirlwind. And then on the other side, you should have your wildly important goal. And to give more clarity on the wildly important goal is I want to achieve this by this time. So I don't want it broad. I don't want you to say, oh, I want to start a marketing campaign. Like, no, I want to get 50 pieces of content done by February 1st. That's what a wildly important goal should look like. That's the verbiage that I want you to use for your wildly important goal. So I don't want you to be broad with it. Don't say, oh, I want to make $500. How are you going to make the $500? Or say, to make the $500, say I want to attend. If you have a service where you go to trade shows, I want to attend 4 trade shows by Q2. Like that's the verbiage that I want you to use, because it's active. The broad goals, you don't really have nothing. You don't really. It's too broad for you to actually implement. So I want to achieve this by this point in time. So you should have that verbiage as your wildly important goal, and then under that you should have all the tasks. And in this activity that we're doing right now, I want you to put one of those tasks into your focus time block. So go ahead and circle it and draw a line to it. Whatever you got to do, circle the other one and draw a line to the next one. I'm gonna give you a little time to do that. Then we're gonna go over to our conclusion and recap. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all a little time to write that down, and then we're gonna go over our conclusion. We're gonna recap what we talked about. It's the perfect time to ask any questions. If you got questions, ask some questions. But you should be writing. You should have all this stuff written down. I don't want you to leave here with nothing. I want you to leave here with some information that you can actually use. And I promise you, if you follow these steps, you're actually going to get some stuff done. Most of this stuff is mental. Writing it down, though, I think don't quote me on this, but I'm sure that the percentage is somewhere near it. I think the percentage of you completing the task, or the probability of you completing the task, if you write it down, increases by 70% just by writing it down. So just taking it from your head to putting it on paper, or to putting it in your notes on your phone or whatever, the chances increase exponentially, because you actually have you were active. You put some action behind your thought. All right. So let's go ahead and recap on some of the key points. So Recap of the key points. To achieve success, identify your whirlwind tasks, utilize time blocking to structure your day, and dedicate focused work time to your wildly important goals, which is your WIGs. This method allows for better prioritization and maximizes productivity. And this, I want you to start today. I'm hoping that you started today. Everybody that's watching, I'm hoping that you had got a pen and paper. I'm hoping that you was writing down some stuff. I'm hoping that you got all the information that you needed. Start this today. If you watch it later, start whatever day you watch it. Go ahead and start today. Trust me, if it sounds crazy, just try it. Try it for a week and see how much you actually do. So I want you to, hey, Jazz is back. Oh, Jazz is on. She was on the other part now. What's going on, Jazz? I can't hear you. You're on mute.
There we go.
Oh.
Am I going on now? There we go. As always, great information. Like I said, if you guys have not started doing this, you need to start now. Like, hey, sweetheart. I'm gonna keep telling the story. I called Nick up one day. It's like my brain's not working. I can't think. I can't focus. Nothing. Like literally, my brain has stopped working. It's because I was trying to keep track of everything that I had to do, and I couldn't do it. And so he made an appointment the next morning. We only took like 20 minutes. We went over my whirlwinds, my wigs, and I'm still using it to this day. The day I hit him up and say, hey, I think I'm starting to slack. And he was like, well, just re-identify your wigs. Got me right back on track. So no, thank you. Definitely start utilizing this. We're coming back on tomorrow, though, where we're going to say my little secret, which kind of upped the game. Lord, this upped the game for me so much more.
So, me too.
It changed the game. Like what we have to show you, we partnered with, it's actually a startup company. It's a startup company who is their mission is to essentially just bring more time back to your life and have you stop doing all the unnecessary stuff. We need to start utilizing the technology that is in our hands right now. And so I hope that if you guys show up tomorrow, you guys learn something new and learn how to use technology in your favor. Anything you want to add to that? I didn't mean to take over. I really just want to say hi.
No. I mean, the only thing I'll add is don't be afraid of the technology. Like that's one thing our community is we're always behind the 8 ball when it comes to new technology because we're scared of it or whatever the case. So tomorrow, definitely tap into what we're going to be presenting tomorrow because
game changer. I get a reminder every single week of all the things that I said in every single one of my calls that I said I was going to do.
Yep.
Every week, get a reminder.
But we want to show y'all we trust it, so y'all should trust it as well. Like it shouldn't be we don't know. Like it's something that you definitely need to take advantage of. Yeah.
Hands down. Okay, so I'm gonna go. About to head home, but I had to hop on. Great job. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.
All right. So like y'all heard it. Y'all heard it first from Jazz. Like I said, start today. Start this today. And even if you slack off, that's fine. Like I said, it's going to take time. And like she said, I didn't even have to tell her that, to be honest. When we got on the phone and we started talking, she was like, you know what? I just had to identify what my wigs are. Like it was basically just like a therapy session. Like we just talked about that part and she was like, I just had to re-identify what I'm really trying to do here. And she got back on track immediately. And it's just because you have something, it's like a North Star. Like your wildly important goal is your North Star. You're not just roaming freely out in the middle of nowhere. You're going towards that North Star of getting your business to the next level. So that's essentially what I would liken it to. So save the date. The next session, we will be focusing on the Achieve More Playbook. And it provides a roadmap for long-term business success. Topics will include setting long-term goals, aligning daily actions with strategic objectives. So the Achieve More Playbook is basically like my outline, my framework that I built based off of the 40X principles of execution. And that's going to be on Thursday, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and it's 6 p.m. Pacific time. So go ahead and hop on. And basically, it's going to be the second part to this. So this first part was mastering your day. And this had to do with, this lens back to the first webinar, which was getting 30 more hours in your business per month. So we wanted to go deeper into that topic today with Mastering Your Day. And into on Thursday is going to be the Achieve More Playbook, and it provides a roadmap to how you get to the long-term business success. So it's building on that. We're just going to keep compounding on this information, just providing y'all with all this great information, because we want to see y'all make it. We want to see y'all flourish in this entrepreneurship journey, and let you know that we're with y'all and giving y'all this information. And also tomorrow is also another presentation that we have. It's going to be really, really special. Game changer, like Jazz said, something that I use, she uses, I use it in my client meetings, all of that. So definitely tap in tomorrow. I'm sure she has a time, or she's giving you guys a time for that one. And I'll be on as well. And then last, for everybody that joins on Thursday and on, I have another one on Monday, which will be the final of this, be the conclusion of this kind of 3-part series. I'm giving 5 people the opportunity to basically have a free consultation to do the 12-week program. So I want to give 5 people that opportunity. All it would take is the first 5 people that email mitchellbaysolutions@gmail.com. I'll send you a link. I'll reach out to you to schedule a time. We'll do the 30-minute consultation, and then we'll go into the 12-week program completely for free. I want to work with you. I want to make sure that you get the information that you need and get these steps straight from me. So we'll, both be talking. We'll both get on live, not on live. We'll get on a Zoom call. The 12-week program consists of, the consultation call. You'll get an Achieve More scoreboard, and that's my own template of how you can break it down. So the next part will be the wig sessions. We haven't talked about that, but I do a wig session every Sunday where I go over and I put in my Achieve More scoreboard. Like I said, it's a template for everything for your wigs. It breaks down every single thing that you have. And that in this next webinar on Thursday, I will be presenting the Achieve More Playbook, but you get that for free. And then you get a week 2 checkup, week 4, week 8, and week 12 check-in to make sure you're on par with what you're doing. And that's a 12-week program. So I'm giving 5 people the opportunity to do this completely for free. Like I said, I want to work with you, and I want you to flourish in your entrepreneurial journey. So all you have to do is email mitchellbaysolutions@gmail.com. That's mitchellbaysolutions@gmail.com. And the first 5 people, I'll send the link. Other than that, if you have any questions, any remarks, any comments, let me know. More than likely, I'm about to be knocked out. Like I said, it's 9 going on 10 where I'm at. I don't know where everybody is at right now, but I've had a very eventful day, and I've capped it off with talking to you guys, and I had a great time doing it, as always. No questions, none of that. I'll give it one more second. All right, perfect. Like I said, Thursday, I'm gonna see y'all on Thursday. Everybody tap in. I should also see you tomorrow as well. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of good games that's gonna be given this week. So tomorrow and Thursday, I'll see y'all then. All right, peace.